Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about this XEGIS SAFE. Now that might not be the correct pronunciation, but this isn't really a word in English, so it is what it is. XEGIS SAFE. So full disclosure, they did send this out to the channel for a review. They said to give it an honest review, so that's what I'm going to do here. They even suggested if I had a different brand to go ahead and compare some pros and cons of each to just further spotlight their products. So I do have another safe here. I think this is, what's this, Onays, however the heck you pronounce this other thing that isn't really a word. So two different brands, and we'll go from there. So first and foremost, this thing, you can use a key, which everybody hates because in the middle of the night or whenever I need to grab this thing, who really wants to fumble with a key if I even have it on me? Secondly, you can put in a passcode, which again, same thing. In a panic situation, if you were one of those people who keeps it in a safe, I keep it on my body. But if you're one of those people who keeps it in a safe, middle of the night, whatever, typing in a bunch of numbers when you're half asleep or in a panic situation isn't ideal. So third option, which is obviously the most common, is going to be to biometrically read. So a lot of them use your thumbprint or a combination of different fingers, however you want to do that. These guys use a biometric palm scan, which doesn't even scan the surface of your palm. It like goes into the inner levels of your palm to scan it for their operation. The thought process behind that is if you have grease, oil, a bunch of crap on your hands that inhibits the reader, then it's not going to open. So by their palm scanning technology, it reads through all that crap and will open when you need it to open, regardless of the circumstances of the condition of your hands. So just to demonstrate that, don't have to touch it with any fingers. I just hold my palm over it and it opens. Cool, right? I think that's pretty cool. In comparison to this one, so this has got the same thing. You can use a key. They give you some RFID card that I'm never going to have on me. You can use a combination of some sort, which I've already forgot what this one is, or you can use the thumbprint. So I'm going to go ahead and use my thumbprint. Obviously that takes a little bit of a time, and then boom, it opens. Now, I don't know, I've never tried this. Let me see if I can lick my thumb and if it still works. I don't know. Failed. All right, so wet thumb doesn't work. Now this is gonna be really weird on camera, like I'm some sort of cat man or something, but I'm gonna lick my palm and try to do the same thing. It opens. So proves it right there that was nasty. So it proves it right there. Obviously conditions for the fingerprints, it's got to be very ideal. Your skin's got to be dry, clean, and pretty decent. For this, licked the palm, didn't affect it at all. Read and did exactly what it needed to, and it opens a lot faster. So under ideal conditions, let's go ahead and see which one opens quicker. So all right, go ahead and do the, let me make sure my thumb's dry. The Onays, whatever. All right. So the XEGIS is definitely faster opening. This one takes a second to read it, gives you a little tone, and then it pops open. This one just beep, beep, and opens. So, you know, in situations where things are going down, seconds, milliseconds matter. And the faster you can get a hold of your firearm or trusted documents, whatever you keep in this thing, the better off you're going to be, right? So just a couple of things to consider there. Now they do give you a bunch of stuff. So they give you a little lock here if you want to somehow lock this thing to maybe your seat frame in your vehicle or a big piece of heavy furniture, whatever you want to do. They give you the USB-C charging to make sure that this thing stays charged, and it does display the battery life, temperature, and the humidity on this display screen here, so that way you know you're not keeping your firearm in a super humid environment. So like right now, outside right now in North Carolina, the humidity is at 78%. Not ideal to be storing your firearms and things that may be a little bit more, you know, I guess sensitive to the humidity and temperature levels. So gives you a good idea of you know, what your temperature and your humidity readings are at, so that way you can be mindful of where you're storing stuff and if you want to store it in there at that particular time. Short periods of time, probably not going to matter. Long term, probably not ideal. And then battery life, obviously that's pretty self-explanatory. If this thing's dead, doesn't really do you any good, right? And then they give you the tool and the screws if you want to go ahead and hard mount this somewhere. So all you do is just pop out this this inner foam, and then it's got pre-drilled holes, and then you can go ahead and mount this to whatever you want to mount it to. Go ahead and put your foam back in there, store your stuff, and then you got a stationary safe. Obviously with that, be mindful of if it's stationary, you don't want to have to unscrew it to be able to charge it. So wherever you're going to store it, make sure it's close enough that you can get a power source to it to be able to keep it charged. That's really it, guys. I mean, nothing really crazy to go over here. I think it's proved that it's a little bit more reliable than your average little electronic safe. Now, you know, not saying that one is better than the other, but one is better than the other. What that is to you, only you can make that decision. But I think I've pretty much shown here today that under ideal conditions, that works. Less than ideal, it's questionable and you're not gonna be able to get to your stuff. This one doesn't care, it's gonna open up regardless. So to me, that's worth it on its own. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Have a great day.